welcome back to the channel. Grave Visitations here. So today I'm in the old church and ruins cemetery in Cobh, County Cork, and we're here today to take a look at Jack Doyle, the famous Irish boxer's grave. So we'll go and have a look for Jack's grave and I'll tell you the story about Jack. Doyle was born in 1913 and died in December 1978, was known as the Gorgeous Gael. He was an Irish boxer, actor and a tenor. He was born Joseph Doyle and known to his friends as Joe, but changed that to Jack when starting his professional career. At one time or another, Doyle was a contender for the British Boxing Championship. Doyle was born into a working class family in Cobh in County Cork in 1913, and at 6'5" he was good with his fists. In 1929 he joined the Irish Guards Regiment of the British Army based in Wales. There he excelled at boxing and was famed for his strong hooks that won him the British Army Championship, a record of 28 straight victories, 27 of those by knockout, brought him to the attention of promoter Dan Sullivan. He turned professional and notched up 10 consecutive victories, all inside 2 rounds, making him the hottest thing in the sport. In July 1933, at the age of 19, he missed out on the British heavyweight title to the holder Welshman Jack Petersen. Witnesses claimed that he had done most of his warming up in the pub before a bout. He was disqualified in a fight for repeatedly punching below the belt. Shortly after, his singing voice was discovered by Dr. Vincent O'Brien, vice coach to Count John McCormack, and soon his soft tenor voice and handsome looks were selling out the London Palladium and the Royal in Dublin. Doyle was subsequently signed up by Decca. In 1934, Doyle travelled to the United States and several records were produced, including the popular South of the Border, a duet recorded with his then wife Movita. But his love for drink and generous nature soon started to take its toll on his health. In America, he carried on his high living of gambling, women and drink. His good looks and deep pockets opened up the party circuit to him, and he starred in 2 movies, McGlusky the Sea Rover in 1934 and Navy Spy in 1937. Later in life he had minor parts in a number of British films. While in the United States, he continued to box, taking on Buddy Baer in August 1935, as in his fight against Petersen. It is said that Doyle had consumed the best part of a bottle of brandy before the bell rang and was in no fit state to stand. He was knocked down in the first round. It was around this time that Doyle and Judith Allen, who had been the girlfriend of Buddy Baer's younger brother and fellow boxer Max, had a whirlwind affair and married on the 28th of April 1935. Their marriage did not last. By the late 1930s, Doyle was involved with the actress Movita Castaneda. Jack fought his last professional fight against a journeyman called Chris Goulding in front of 23,000 in Dalymount Park, Dublin. Arriving late for the bout after a stop at the Clarence Hotel for refreshments, the inebriated Doyle went down in the first round. Movita packed up and moved back to Hollywood, where she went on to marry Marlon Brando. Jack died in 1978 at St Mary's Hospital in Paddington from cirrhosis of the liver. At the time, he seemed he would be buried in a pauper's grave in London. However, when the news of his death reached Ireland, a number of members of the Cork Ex-Boxers Association decided to act in conjunction with Cobh undertaker Paddy Barry. They brought Jack's remains home. Large crowds lined the streets of Cobh as the coffin, led by a lone piper and topped with Jack's trademark, a red carnation, was brought on its very last journey. So let's go over and see the final resting place of Jack Doyle. And this is the grave here of Jack Doyle. And it says on the grave here, in loving memory of Jack Doyle, born August 1913, died December 1978. And you can see the two boxing gloves there on the grave. So rest in peace, Jack Doyle. So I'm just here in the town park, the John F. Kennedy Park it's called. And there's a memorial plaque here for Jack Doyle. And it says, "This plaque has been erected to the memory of Jack Doyle, 1913 to 1978, by his fellow citizens of Cobh, by hosts of admirers at home and abroad, and by his colleagues of the Ex-Boxers Association." So, not only in the town park we have memorial dedicated to Jack Doyle, but got this very impressive mural here as well. Jack Doyle versus King Levinsky. Jack, born in Cobh, 1913, still in his teens, he drew 90,000 fans to see him contend for the British heavyweight title. And there's Jack, the Gorgeous Gael. This extra bit of information here, the side of the mural here, to mark the centenary of the birth of Jack Doyle in 2013, artist Jack Hickey painted this mural. It was unveiled on the 31st of August 2013 by Michael Cobh, author of the biography Jack Doyle, The Gorgeous Gael. So Jack Hickey painted this in memory of Jack Doyle. So that's the video of Jack Doyle, guys, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up and the notification bell. So for me, rave visitations. I'll catch you all in the next one.